Oh, what's going on, farmers? I am Jack Stache from Fantasy Farm Sports coming at you on a Wednesday. I am super excited to deliver your pick this week. But before we get started, I need to thank all the people that come here and watch every single week. I want to thank all of the subscribers. You guys are very important to me. I appreciate you coming on here, giving me views, giving me an audience, a little bit of, I see that eye up in the corner. There's one person watching right now. I really appreciate that. It means so much to me to be an upstart company and have some views and people looking at me and coming here and taking some advice, having fun. This is entertainment. I really enjoy doing this every week for you guys. It's amazing to have everyone coming in here, giving their own opinions on certain picks every single week. One more announcement, gridironmancave.com. When you guys win stuff, go there, buy some stuff, make your little man cave look a little bit nicer, right? Your buddies come over for, your friendship, entertainment, have a couple beverages at the end of the week, but you want to have some neat stuff for them to look at, right? I've got stuff in my man cave. You should put some new stuff in yours. And where I got my stuff is gridironmancave.com. Go over there, take a look at some of their stuff, neat stuff. I got a football helmet made. You can get some metal signs. They got a bunch of fun little artifacts over there, guys. Go over to gridironmancave.com for all of your man cave needs. Now, let's get right to it. I want to get right down to this week's matchup. You have the 6-2 Texans versus the 2-6 Jets. That is your Thursday night football matchup. You have the Texans with the 9th best offense and the 2nd best defense. And you have the Jets, which is the 24th best offense and the 4th best defense. Those are the matchup as they sit right now. That is the information for which we have. We have CJ Stroud, 11 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Aaron Rodgers, 12 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. And I think those statistics are interesting because for all the greatness that Rodgers has had over the years, and he's struggling a little bit this year, we have to at least acknowledge the fact that it's been a tougher year for Aaron Rodgers. Now, he did also open up against one of the toughest schedules. We'll get to that later on. But let's talk about, I understand that, he's talented. He's got a great arm. Not a great leader, but he does do other things very well. Okay? Aaron Rodgers having a tougher year than any expected. We expected toughness because of the schedule. CJ Stroud, though, has just as many weapons. I mean, he has 11 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. You would expect more of CJ Stroud after what we saw in his rookie year. I'm not saying it's a sophomore slump because he's really taken advantage of the other things that he has. Okay, he's got a nice defense. He has a really nice running game. But you did acquire Steffon Diggs. You have Nico Collins. Tank Dell in his 2nd year. Right, you had all these weapons, yet only 11 touchdowns. I do believe that their 9th best offense is a little misleading. It's a little misleading because we think that CJ Stroud's absolutely destroying people, dissecting people. He's throwing for a lot of yards, but you got to get in the end zone. I know the results have been end zone, but are you now one-dimensional? The reason why I mention one-dimensional and the Texans in the same sentence is because they've been able to run the ball fantastically because they have wide receivers out there scaring defenses. The Diggs, the Collins, the Dells. They've been out there scaring defenses all year. So it's allowed Joe Mixon to run free. That's fantastic, isn't it? It's really nice when the pasture is green. Green pastures equal running backs that can go forever. But what happens when I start stacking the box? Well, I don't know. We haven't got there yet. We haven't had to find that information out. But we will on Thursday night because Steffon Diggs is out with an ACL, not coming back. Collins, been out, will still be out. So you get no Nico Collins, no Steffon Diggs. Is Tank Dell a number one wide receiver? I don't believe he is. I think he's a fine young man. I think he's a great wide receiver, but I don't think he's ready to burden or take on the whole burden that Diggs and Collins leaves behind. So now how good is your DJ Stroud? I don't know. I don't know. I don't believe that they're going to be able to completely lean on the run. I do believe that we'll see some of Michi, because Michi's a good route runner, really nice player. But when you're gonna need one in this game against this fourth best Jets defense, are you gonna have it? These are all questions, and Houston hasn't had to have these questions at all whatsoever this season. I also want to mention not all wins and losses are created the same. They can't be. Not everything is created unless it's the same exact team. They ate the same exact meal. They had the same exact week. They can't be created and defined as the same. Let's look at the Texans schedule. Let's just open up the book of their season. Right? They beat the Colts. Okay. I mean, it's the Colts. I mean, they just went to a quarterback in Joe Flacco, and they're sticking with him. They just went to a quarterback for which has been on a bunch of different teams. He's been successful, but Richardson's done. That is over with. So the Colts really aren't sure what they are. The Bears. You beat the Bears. Okay. The Bears are a quality football team. I wouldn't put them in any kind of echelon. You beat the Jaguars. They're a mess. I mean, if you guys saw a Jaguar out in public right now, you'd laugh at them. They're not even a scary cat at this point. They're house cats. You lost to the Vikings at home. I'm sorry, on the road. You lost the Vikings on the road, and you lost to the Packers on the road. In that same division, you're not doing very well. You lost to both of those teams on the road. We know that the Vikings are a quality team now, and we know the Packers are a quality team. Those are both road losses. So you don't lose at home. You lose when you're traveling. That's when the Texans lose. The Texans lose on the road. They have a quality Bills win. Okay. So I don't really believe that the Colts, Bears, and Jags are quality wins. I don't. Because the teams aren't very. Listen, the Bears are fine, but they're middle of the pack. That's the truth. After that Hail Mary last week, they by the way, the Bears didn't look great the whole game. They didn't. They came back to take the lead. Washington controlled the game. That's what happened. Patriots. They beat the Patriots. Throw a party, Houston. You beat the Patriots. You beat the Colts again because the Colts still don't know who they are. They have no clue. They're looking around Indianapolis right now guessing. They've turned to Joe Flacco, which is a fantastic move, by the way, because he's the only quarterback that they have in the organization. They beat the Colts. And now you got to travel on the road, short week, after your victory, to New York on Halloween. Are you going to have the resolve? Are you going to have the players? There are many questions. No Diggs, no Collins. Is Tank Dell, a number one wide receiver? Those are all questions for Houston this week. They haven't had many questions. They've had only answers. And will they have the answer when they step into the arena in New York on Thursday night at 8:15? That's what we're talking about here. That's what we're talking about. Will Houston have the answers? Because Rodgers and the Jets have dealt with every kind of backlash you can think of. Their backs are absolutely against the wall. They didn't think 2-6 was even a question. They didn't think it was even a question. Here's the Jets schedule in case you've been wondering. Smashed by the 49ers. That wasn't a football game. That was an absolute exhibition. That looked like what the exhibition between Ivan Drago and Apollo Creed. Drop kicked, done, laying on the canvas, blood everywhere. That's what that was. 49ers loss. All right. Then they came back and they beat the Titans. Are they good? Absolutely not. Oh, but we're going to get back-to-back victories. They beat the Patriots. I mean, Aaron Rodgers looked fine against the Patriots, but the Patriots aren't very good either. Okay? Then they came back and they lost to the Broncos. Yeah, but the Broncos are good. We're finding out throughout the season which teams are good. We had an idea before the season started, and now it's starting to unfold. Lost to the Vikings. Vikings are good. The Vikings beat the Texans, absolutely crushed them 34-7, and they beat the Jets. The Vikings are good. I don't know if they're great, but the Vikings are good. So for all those Vikings fans out there, skull, go get yourself an air horn, whatever. Vikings are good. Lost to the Bills, smashed by the Steelers, last second. I mean, the only second left in the game, you lost to the Patriots. Okay, you split with the Patriots in your own division. Most times that happens, unless you're amazingly undermanned. Okay, and now you walk into the Texans, or should I say they're walking to you, right? You've dealt with your questions. You've had your problems. You know, the Mike Williams issue, the Devontae Adams bringing him over, incorporating him. Hey, Braylon Allen's really good. Do we give it to him more? Do we give it to Breece Hall more? Let's figure this out. What kind of running back is he? We would need to incorporate him, but where? These have been questions the Jets have had to answer. By the way, going to the podium every week talking about your 3-point loss or last second loss or what happened in Pittsburgh when you had a 9-point lead. It's exhausting. But this is a better's feeling game. Okay? This isn't you just a rock chalk, baby. College basketball, just Kansas, Kentucky, Duke. This isn't rock chalk. These teams are really close on paper. 6-2, 2-6. I understand Bill Parcells used to say, you are what your record is, but these records are a misrepresentation of what these teams are. I'm taking the Jets. I am. It's minus 125 on the money line. I've got $1,000 in my pocket, burning a hole there anyway. Aaron Rodgers out of the darkness. He's been there forever. He knows what it looks like. I've been there. I know what it looks like. He's going to look like the Undertaker popping out of the casket in New York, Halloween night. Freddy Krueger is back, baby. Aaron Rodgers is going to be all of it. He's going to look fantastic. You will see the old Aaron Rodgers showcasing everything he's got for this Jets team. I'm telling you. And they will go on a run. The Jets will beat the Houston Texans. They travel to Arizona. I want you listen, this is the gospel. They travel to Arizona, beating them, coming back, taking on Indianapolis. This is the run. These are the things that Aaron Rodgers has been accustomed to every single year if you pay attention to the NFL. He always tells you to RELAX. Relax. You guys live and die by every single play or every single loss. Look, we're 2-6. We're not a good football team, but if you guys don't relax, you're going to miss the ride. You need to enjoy every single bit of it. The ups, the downs, everyone counting you out, which is what they are doing with this New York Jets team this week. Last week, they mispriced them. This week, well, I don't know. Are they still a good football team? The Jets are going 3-6. Whether you guys have the guts to take them or not, the Jets will be winning on Thursday night. How much do you want to put on the game is the only question that you should have with this Jets team. I'm betting the house. I'm telling you right now, I'm betting the farm on the Jets, on that bad man, Aaron Rodgers, coming out of the darkness. Guys, I am Jack Stache. You better believe I'll be stockpiling money at Fantasy Farm Sports. As always, enjoy the rest of your day.